So a couple new folks coming, but that's great. So there'll be a few terms that I should have actually sent you the intro video last night. Sorry about that. I'll send it to you after this class. There's some terms and stuff in that video that are useful, but you'll be able to get through it just fine. So we're going to start today just in a comfortable seat, sitting on your heels here, or just a normal seat, doesn't matter too much. And just get yourself comfortable here. Little stretches out that feel good. And as you settle in, let your eyes soften and settle. Maybe coming to a close. And start to lengthen out your inhales and exhales. Moving them through your nose if you haven't already here. Nice long inhales in through the nose and exhales out through the nose. Let's do one last deep inhale in together here. And through the mouth this time, let it all go. All right, so let's take our hands and bring them over our head here and interlace our lower fingers, keeping our index fingers pointing up towards the sky. Take a deep inhale in here. And as you exhale, you're going to hinge off to your right. Come back up to center on your next inhale, and then hinge off to the left on your exhale. Moving back to shoulder land here today. So just loosening up the shoulders, inhale in, and then you exhale off to the right again. Come back to center, and then off to the left one last time. Go ahead and bring your hands back down. And then from where you're at, we're gonna take our right arm out in front of us here and bring your left hand right on top of the left bicep. We're gonna start with some controlled articular rotations of our wrists. So as we move through this mobility stuff, we're trying to keep the rest of our body entirely still and isolate just the movement of one joint here. So we use external feedback from another position or part of our body here to help identify that. So we're gonna move just the right wrist. So on your inhale in, take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, engage the rest of your body, including your core, and maybe even press that hand into the bicep. And we're gonna take our fingers in our hand and move it to the inner line, and then point the finger down to the floor, trying to keep that forearm nice and still. Take the fingers and point them to the outside. The fingers up towards the sky, but don't cup the hand. Fingers back to the inside. Fingers down towards the floor. Fingers to the outside, and then back up towards the sky without cupping the hand. Switching directions here, we're going to go to the outside, fingers down towards the floor, to the inside, up towards the sky, to the outside, down towards the floor, back to the inside, and then go ahead and shake it out, roll it out, and we'll switch sides here. So that left arm is bent here at the elbow, facing just straight out from the body here. Take your left or your right hand on top of that left bicep here. Bring all your fingers together here and engage the entire body on your inhale in. And as you exhale, you're going to bring the fingers to the middle, down towards the floor, to the outside, trying to keep the forearm nice and still, up towards the sky without cupping the hand, to the inside, down towards the floor, to the outside, up towards the ceiling, to the inside, and then hold here. We're going to switch directions, bring them back up towards the sky without cupping the hand, to the outside, down towards the floor, to the inside, back up towards the ceiling, keeping that forearm nice and still, to the outside, towards the floor, to the inside, and then shake it out. And now we're gonna bring our hands behind our back here. Interlace your fingers behind your back here. You can be in your comfortable seat or up on sitting on the heels here. I like sitting on the heels a little bit more just because it gets my back a little bit straighter. But totally up to you if it's more comfortable to be on just in a comfortable seat. So we're gonna start by drawing the hands away from the seat and shoulder blades together, and then just bring it back down, bringing the hands back towards the seat. Inhale, draw the shoulder blades together, hands away from the seat. And then as you exhale, this time maybe round the shoulders in and tuck the chin in. And inhale, draw the shoulder blades and hands away from the seat. And then tuck the chin, round the shoulders, but try to keep the low back nice and straight. Draw the hands back on your next inhale. And then as you exhale, we're gonna hold here. So really try to draw the hands as far away from the seat as you can, shoulder blades together. And take an inhale here. And as you exhale, this time you're gonna bend your elbows and draw your hands up towards the sky, still keeping them away from the back. Exhale it down, extending the arms. And then bend the elbows, drawing the hands up towards the sky. Nice job. Exhale it back down. We'll do one more like that. So draw the hands up towards the sky, bending the elbows, keeping them as far away from the back as you can. And then draw the hands back down. Go ahead and release. Shake it out a little bit here. And then we're gonna make our way to a tabletop all fours position. So from our tabletop here, we're just gonna start with some cat-cows here, but going nice and segmentally here. So and by that, we're just trying to move one vertebrae at a time as we go. So we're gonna start with our tailbone here to start. So on your inhale, you're gonna lift your tailbone up, keeping everything else still. And then drop the low belly, the low ribs, chest drops towards the floor, and finally the chin comes up. And then keep the chin up, and we're just gonna start with the tailbone again as we move to our cat pose. So tuck the tailbone, tuck the low back, round the low back, round the mid back, round the upper back, and tuck the chin finally last. This time we're gonna start with the head, so keep everything rounded and start by lifting the chin up and then dropping the chest, the low ribs, the low belly, and then finally lift the tailbone up last, and keeping everything nice and arched here. Start with the chin and tuck the chin in, round the upper back, round the mid back, round the low back, and finally tuck the tailbone last. Let's do one or two on your own breath rounds here, just kind of moving up and down the spine. And we're gonna make our way to a puppy pose next here. So walk your hands out long in front of you. Your hips remain over your knees here, but your forehead's gonna come down to the mat. Now bend the elbows and bring the fingertips together here and keep the outsides of the hands on the mat here. So we're gonna start by pressing the outsides of the hands into the mat here, starting at about a 50% effort or so. And then maybe ramping up a little bit more pressure as you press into the mat, keeping everything else still and engaged. And then go ahead and release that pressure. Now you're gonna start to bend the elbows and bring the fingertips over your head towards the upper back. And go as far as you can. Keep everything engaged, toning the belly, pressing through the tops of the feet. And once you've gotten to your end point here, we're gonna hold for 3, 2, 1. And now bring the fingertips back down, bringing the outside edge of the hands back down to the mat, pressing through the outsides of the hands here. And we're gonna hold for 3, 2, 1. Bend the elbows, bringing the hands back up to the upper back or just over the head, whichever's available. Go as far as you can, really reach, reach, reach. And once you've hit that end range, we're gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then bring the hands back down. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders, coming back to our tabletop position. All right. So now we're going to go through some controlled articular rotations of the shoulder blades from our tabletop here. So we're going to try to keep everything else in the body as still as we possibly can here. So we're going to engage the belly, legs, everything like that, and move just the shoulder blades. So start by coming to a neutral position here, and we're going to engage that belly and press through the hands. And then we're going to lift the shoulders up towards your ears. And then draw the shoulder blades together, bringing the chest down towards the mat as you keep the shoulders up towards the ears. And now keeping the shoulder blades together, draw them down your back. And then now keep them at the bottom of your back here. Draw the shoulder blades away from each other, pressing the floor away. And now keeping them away from each other, lift them up towards your ears. Keeping them up towards your ears, you're going to draw the shoulder blades away from each other, bringing the chest down towards the mat. And then draw the shoulder blades down the back, keeping them together. Press the shoulders away from each other. And then draw them up towards your ears. Now switching directions, we're going to draw the shoulder blades down the back, keeping them separated. And once you've gotten down as far as you can, draw the shoulder blades together. And once you've, so now you bring them up towards your ears, keeping them together, and press through the floor, drawing the shoulder blades away from each other as they stay up by your ears. Draw them down your back, shoulder blades together, up towards your ears, and then press them away from each other. Nice job, everyone. And now we're going to come all the way down to our bellies. Oh, I lied. Just kidding. We got one more thing to do here. So from our tabletop position, we're going to bring our right leg in between our hands here. And then if you've got your tennis ball or your ball or anything like that, go ahead and grab that. And then you can walk your foot back a little bit here so that you've got your hip right over your left knee and your right knee is just at a 90-degree angle here. You're gonna bring your ball into your right hand. And if you don't have a ball, that's fine. You can just take a fist. Ball just kind of helps to really activate your grip there. So take your left hand and place it on your hip here. And again, we're gonna isolate just the movement of our shoulder here. So we're going to do controlled articular rotations of the full shoulder rotation movement this time. So start by taking a nice deep inhale in, engaging everything. Start to grip your ball. And as you exhale, actually, why don't you take your left hand and bring it across your body here, under your shoulder, giving yourself some feedback here. So during this movement, you don't want your shoulder to lift up towards your ear. So this hand on the shoulder here will help to give you some feedback on that. So, sorry, we'll take an inhale in again, start to engage everything. And as you exhale, lift your right arm up in front of you as far as you can go without letting that shoulder blade come up. Keep everything gripped here and then turn your hand and palm out to the outside and then start to extend back, bringing it as far back as you can and continue to rotate your thumb in so that once you arrive at the bottom here, your hand, the palm side of your hand is facing out. Now that once you're here, start to lift backwards, extending back as far as you can. And once you've gotten as far as you can, rotate the palm out. And then lift the arm up overhead, rotating up and forward, and then all the way back down. One more time like that. Make sure to engage everything. Take a nice deep inhale in, gripping your ball. And as you exhale, start to lift the hand and fist up, going as high as you can. rotating out. Once you've hit that end range motion, keep the elbow nice and straight here, and then bring it behind you as far as you can go. Continuing to rotate the thumb in so that once you arrive at the bottom, the palm is facing out. Engage everything again and lift it behind you. And then rotate the palm out and then bring it up overhead and then back in front of you and back down to your hip. Go ahead and switch sides here. Bring the left foot up in front of you. And then bring that right hand across your body here onto your left hip or shoulder here. Take an inhale in as you grip into your ball and engage everything else in the body. And as you exhale, start to bring that left arm up in front of you. Rotate the palm out once you've hit that end range. Sweep it up and behind you. And then continue to roll that thumb in so that once you arrive, your palms and fingers are facing out. Reach it up and back behind you as far as you can go. Once you've reached up as far as you can go, rotate that palm out and then sweep it up overhead and back in front of you and back to where you started. One more time, we're gonna engage everything, grip that ball. Inhale the arm up, rotate the palm out, and then sweep it behind you at your full extension, extending back as far as you can and continuing to rotate that thumb in so that your palm is facing out when you arrive. Extend back as far as you can go. Nice work, everyone. Rotate the palm out and then sweep the arm up overhead and then back down in front of you. Nice work. Okay, now we're gonna come to our bellies. All right, so to start here, we're gonna have our arms out long in front of us. Our forehead is gonna be on the mat. Pinky edges of the fingers on the ground. So we're gonna do some pails and rails. So pails are, so these are basically isometric movements here of our joints. So on your inhale, you're gonna engage everything here. Engage the belly, press through the tops of the feet, and then start to press the outsides of the hands into the floor in front of you. And start at about a 50% effort or so. Don't go full bore into it. But ramp it up to maybe a 60% effort, 70% effort. These are working the progressive tissue. And then go ahead and release. And you're gonna lift your arms up towards the sky. Going as high as you can go here. Working the regressive tissue and hold it for 3, 2, 1. Bring the outsides of the hands back down to the mat, pressing in, starting at about a 70% effort this time. Pressing in, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the arms up towards the sky. Lifting, 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 keeping everything engaged, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the arms back down, and you're gonna bring them out to a T shape. So coming straight out from your body here. Forehead is still on the mat, or if you wanna come onto one ear, that's fine too. So we're gonna do the same thing, just arms out to our sides here. So take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, start engaging everything. The core, pressing through the tops of the feet, and then press the palms into the floor this time. Again, starting at about a 50% effort or so. Ramping it up to 60, 70, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now lift the arms up, drawing the shoulder blades together, bringing your arms up as high as you can go. Holding here for 5, really keep it up, 4, shoulder blades together, 3, 2, 1. Bring the palms back down to the mat, pressing the palms into the floor. Really press, press, press. Start with about a 60, 70% effort, ramp up to 80, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now lift the backs of the hands up towards the sky, drawing the shoulder blades together. Really lift, lift, lift. Draw those shoulder blades really together here with all of your might. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it back down, bringing the hands down towards your sides here. So your hands are at your hips now. So same thing from here, except the hands are down by the sides. So now we're going to do extension. So we did flexion first with the arms out in front. And then we did some adduction here on the sides. And now we're going to do some extension. So let's go ahead and start by pressing the palms into the floor. Really press, 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 press. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now lift the backs of the hands up towards the sky, drawing the shoulder blades together as you do so. Really lift, 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 and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work, everyone. Bring the palms back down, pressing in with all of your might here, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the backs of the hands up towards the sky, drawing those shoulder blades together. Really lift, lift, lift. Nice work. Once you've arrived, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release, bringing the hands underneath the forehead, maybe rocking back and forth on the forehead. And then you can press your way up. You can just come onto your forearms and just watch for a second to see what we're doing next here. So we're gonna kind of put a lot of those things together. Mike and Mo, I think you guys have done this with me before, but I'll show you again anyways. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go with one arm here, and we'll lift it up like we did to start. And then you come to a cactus shape, and then bring the arm out long to a T, and you bend the elbow, drawing the shoulder blade down the back and the hand towards the shoulder. Extend back and lift up, and then bend the elbow so that the palm of the hand goes towards the sky, back of the hand towards the upper back, or to the mid back. And then you switch and come back around, keeping the arm hovering the whole time. Any questions? Makes sense? Great. So we'll do one arm, the other arm, and then we'll do both arms. So go ahead and just kind of make a little pillow with your left arm. So your forehead can be on top of your left forearm. Extend the right arm out long in front of you. And again, as we do with all of our movements here in mobility, we engage everything. So if you want to press through that left hand and left forearm as you do so, that helps to engage the entire body. So now we're going to inhale and lift that right arm up as high as you can go. And bend the elbow, coming to your cactus shape, drawing the shoulder blade together. Extend the arm out to a T shape next to you, half T, I guess. Bend the elbow and draw the shoulder blade down the back as the right hand comes towards the right shoulder. Extend the arm and lift the back of the hand up as high as you can go. And then bend the elbow this time in towards the spine and turning the hand towards the ceiling, the palm of the hand. Keep it hovering over the low back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend the arm back out, bringing the palm to face the floor. Bend the elbow, bringing the hand towards the shoulder. Extend the arm out. And then come to your cactus shape, bending the elbow to 90 degrees, keeping that arm up, keep it hovering up as high as you can, nice. And then extend it out long in front of you and bring it back down to the mat. Nice work. Switching sides here. We're gonna extend the left arm out long in front of you. Make a little pillow with your right forearm in front of you. And then just take a moment to settle in. Nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, start to engage everything and lift the left arm up off the ground. Going as high as you can go here. And then bring the elbow to bend the elbow, coming to a cactus shape. And then extend the arm out long next to you, really lifting that hand up. You want the hand as high as you can the whole time. Bend your left elbow, bringing the hand towards the shoulder here and drawing the shoulder blade down the back. Extend the hand back behind you, lifting the back of the hand up as high as you can go here. And then turn the palm towards the sky and bend the elbow, bringing the back of the hand towards the low or mid back. And try to keep it hovering on the up there if you can. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then extend the elbow. Turn the palm back down. Bend the elbow. Bringing the hand towards the shoulder. Extend the arm out long next to you. Cactus shape it. And then extend the arm long in front of you and bring it back down towards the mat. All right, so now we're going to do it with both arms here. So extend both arms out long in front of you. Forehead is down on the mat. And take an inhale in. And as you exhale, go ahead and lift the arms up as high as you can go here. Bend the elbows, come into a cactus shape, shoulder blades together. Arms go out to a T. Bend the elbows so that the hands come towards the shoulders, drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Extend the elbows, bringing the backs of the hands up towards the sky, extending behind you. And then turn the palms up towards the sky. Bend the elbows, bringing the hands to the mid or low back here, or hover them if you can. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend the arms back out, palms up. Turn the palms to face back down. Bend the elbows, hands towards the shoulders. Extend the arms out long. Bend the elbows to a 90-degree cactus shape. Arms out long in front. And then hands back down to the mat. All right. Why don't we do that just one more time here? Just for good measure. But to counterbalance, we're going to start by taking an inhale in and pressing the outsides of the hands into the mat here. Because with our mobility work, we want to work both sides of the joint here. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release your pressure and take a nice inhale in. As you exhale, you're going to lift your arms up as high as you can go. Bend the elbows coming to your cactus shape. Shoulder blades together. Arms out long to a T, keeping the backs of the hands up as high as you can go. Bend the elbows, drawing the shoulder blades down the back, hands towards the shoulders. Extend the elbows, bringing the backs of the hands up towards the sky. And then turn the palms to face the ceiling. Bend the elbows, stack the hands on the other side this time. So if you had the left hand on top last time, place the right hand on top this time, hovering the backs of the hands off of the spine and low back for 5, 4, 3, shoulder blades together, 2, 1. Extend out, turn the palms back towards the floor, bend the elbows, arms out long, cactus shape, and then arms out long in front of you and hands back down towards the mat. Whew. So let's go ahead and take our hands, stack them underneath our forehead here. Maybe roll back and forth with the forehead. You take a couple breath rounds before we move to the next thing. All right, so we're gonna come back to our arms extended by our sides here. Go ahead and place the backs of the hands right on top of the floor next to your hips. And we're gonna do some little lift offs here. So go ahead and lift the hands off of the floor here, bend the elbows, and we're gonna stack our hands and hover them off of our low back here, bending the elbows. So kind of like we were doing before at the end of that movement. So this time now you're gonna let the hands come to the back and let everything relax and roll down towards the floor. So elbows kind of relax towards the floor, shoulders roll in, but the backs of the hands are still on top of the low back. So now take an inhale in. And as you exhale, lift the hands up, elbows up, draw the shoulder blades together. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Release the hands back to the spine, shoulders down, elbows down. Inhale it up, lifting the hands up off of the shoulder or off of the back. Shoulder blades together. This time hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the elbows down, shoulders down. Switch the stack of your hands. So this time, maybe your left hand is on the back, right hand is on top. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, lift the hands up to hover if you can, or make the effort to hover. Drawing the shoulder blades together, elbows go up. 3, 2, 1. Hands back to the spine, elbows down. And then last time here, nice work everyone. We're gonna lift and hover the hands, shoulders up, shoulder blades together. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the hands back under the shoulders here. Press your way up to a comfortable seat. Once you've arrived in your comfortable seat here, just bring your hands to the tops of your knees if that's comfortable. That was a lot of shoulder blade work here, so we're going to start just by lifting the shoulders up towards the ears and then draw them down the back. One more time, lift them up short towards the ears and then draw them down the back. All right, so we're going to do some neck rolls here now. So I'll probably be opposite of you, so just listen to what I'm saying here versus watching. I'll be opposite of what you're doing. So just take a moment to lengthen through your spine here. Nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, let your chin come down towards your sternum. And now turn to your left, trying to graze your collarbone with your chin. Left ear comes toward the left shoulder, lifting the chin up. And then roll the head back so that the gaze goes up overhead. And then bring right ear to right shoulder. Turn your gaze over your right shoulder. And then brush the right collarbone with your chin as you come back down to your sternum. Brushing the left collarbone with your chin, turning your gaze over the left shoulder. Turn the left ear to left shoulder. Roll the head back so the gaze goes overhead. Right ear to right shoulder. Turn your gaze over your right shoulder. And then graze your collarbone with your chin as you bring your chin down to the sternum. Switching directions, we're going to graze the right shoulder as we turn our gaze over our right shoulder. Right ear to right shoulder. Gaze goes up overhead as you roll the head back. Left ear, left shoulder. Turn your gaze over your left shoulder. Graze your collarbone with your with your chin on the left side. One more time, graze the right collarbone with the chin as you turn your gaze over your right shoulder. Right ear to right shoulder. Bring your gaze up overhead as you roll the head back, and then left ear to left shoulder. Gaze goes over the left shoulder as you turn your chin, and then brush your collarbone with your chin as you come back down to center. Go ahead and bring your gaze back up. And we're going to make our way all the way to our backs. All right, so let's go ahead and just pull our knees into our chest here. And we'll let that left leg go long. We're going to come into a supine twist here. So grab the outside of your right knee with your left hand and roll off onto your left hip. Right arm goes out perpendicular to your torso. The gaze can be over up at the ceiling or over your right arm, up to you. All the hard shoulder stuff is over now, so you can just kind of relax into these poses. Let's get much more passive with it rather than active. We'll go ahead and come back to center. Pull both knees into the chest. Let the right leg go long. Grab the outside of the left knee with the right hand and roll onto your right hip. Again, your gaze can be up towards the ceiling or maybe over the left arm. We'll come back to center, taking a little final movements here that your body might be calling for, maybe a happy baby, maybe a little plow, whatever it is. Stacking the knees. And let your legs go long whenever you are ready. Making your way to your final resting pose of Shavasana. Just let everything go. Let the eyes soften and relax. And just breathe here and rest. Start to bring some attention back to your breath. And start to bring some small movements back to the body, wiggling out the fingers and toes. And then making those movements bigger until you bend one knee at a time and roll off onto your favorite side. And press your way up to a comfortable seat whenever you're ready. Once you've arrived, just take a moment to notice how you feel. Notice the shoulders, any changes to the shoulders, any awareness to any points that you didn't have before. And take a moment of appreciation for the time spent on the mat. Bring our hands to heart center. Thanks everyone for showing up this morning, sharing your practice, sharing your light. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day and week. Namaste. Thanks everyone. Hi Izzy.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks Mike, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Have a good one. Enjoy the week.
Have a good day.
You too.
Yeah.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.